Hi everybody, my name is Choiest and I'm here to present you my new game which is called Gods of Terminion. So Gods of Terminion is a new Tug of War game in which I try to enable the player to do more than in a regular Tug of War. In particular, I try to take ideas from MOBA games and apply them to the Tug of War genre. So basically in Gods of Terminion, you control a god who has different powers. But what's important is that that god's power is only equal to the number of objects of worship that exist in the world for him. So you have a statue, and your goal is to destroy the enemy god statues, because when your statue dies, you also die. So here's the start screen, and you have two options here, because if it's your first game, I wrote a little tutorial to teach you what you can do and how to do things. But I know how to play because I built the game, so I'm going to just click that, and I get the choose god screen. Gods are unique per team, but since I'm just doing a 1v1 with against a computer, I'm just gonna be able to select the god I want, and the first two are recommended for beginners. So I'm gonna take the god of eternal glory, for instance. That god appeared in my base. That's the statue of my god, and I have different spells that I can cast, and I can pay worship to reduce the cooldown of the spells. So like in the regular Tug of War, I'll have some kind of trainer units, and those at each wave, you can see in the top right corner of the screen when my next wave is going to be. At each wave, those are trainer units that I build in my base, and at each wave, fighter units will be spawned based on the trainer units that are in my base. And those fighter units will attack the enemy base, which is at the other side of the screen, and they're going to take the central lane to get there. What I can do what I want to do is to destroy the enemy god statue. And to do so, I can use those trainer units that I build, and to help them do that, I'm going to use my god spells. There is a shortcut, it's number 1 for my god spells, to help my units win battles on the lane. And it's important to control the lane, because the lane gives additional income to the team that's controlling it at any time. Now, another addition, in addition to the gods, I'm just going to help my units in the center here. I'll misclick, but some units will have a bonus speed to come and help their friend here. That's one of my god spells. I'm also going to use a healing spell to try and help my units in that little fight here. But the second thing I can do is actually send my units to somewhere different than the lane. And there are secondary objectives that appear on the map. And one of them is the Razorman. I'm going to send my units to the desert, which is where the Razorman objective has spawned. And you see here, my next wave of units has spawned, but they're not being sent to the central lane to attack the enemy base. They're being sent to the jungle, to one of the 4 jungles, and this one is called the desert. And they'll find just creeps there. But in the desert, the Razorman, there is a bounty on the Razorman, and each player in the team killing the Razorman will get 100 gold. So that's going to help me. Build a bigger army in my base. So I definitely want to capture secondary objectives when I can. To do so, I have this little area on the right of the screen. These are my orders, and I can decide where I send my units. I can send them to each of the 5 regions, which are the north, the forest, the lane, that's where I attack the enemy, the desert, and the core. And each of these zones will have objectives spawn at different moments in the game. I can also have see what my teammates are doing. Here I'm just doing a 1v1, so it just shows what I'm doing. But my teammates, it's important to coordinate with my teammates to be able to know what they're doing and increase our chances to capture bigger objectives in the future. Basically the main components of I presented you all the main components of the game. My god spells, they have long cooldowns, but really my goal is to use those spells to improve my chances to win. Here I use speed spells to snowball 2 waves together. I have a spell that's going to increase the attack speed of my units for a given amount of time, so that's going to help me repel those enemy units. And because right now I'm not controlling the lane, and the enemies are getting more gold than I am. So here it is, and now just the rest of the game is just more objectives popping up, the enemy building more and more army, and me trying to build counters to their armies. Oops, that's my debug mode. So yeah, so I hope you'll enjoy that game, and I would like to present that game to the Rock the Cabinet contest, Rock the Cabinet. So and I'm looking for feedback. So if you can play, test it, and tell me what you like, what you don't like, that will greatly help me improve the game. Right now, only 2 races are implemented and 5 gods. Only orcs and humans are working, and there are 5 gods. But I'm working on adding night elves and undeads before the deadline next week for the Rock the Cabinet contest. So please help me. Please give me feedback on the map, and I hope you'll enjoy playing. It can be played 1v1. I think it's funnier in 2v2 or even 3v3. But yeah, I really hope you'll enjoy playing it. I do. Thank you.